partner. And when you think about assets on the campaign, I have this group up here, I have Steve Handel, I have these great elected officials, and just as important, perhaps more important, I have individuals like each of you who are willing to take time out, 3 hours out of a day, to come to an event on a beautiful Sunday afternoon to put your heart and soul on the line for me. And thanks is an awfully small word, and I know that. But I want you to know that for Steve and I, we are extraordinarily thankful for your support, your confidence, but mostly your prayers and your friendship. And our thanks is heartfelt, and it comes to you with the greatest of gratitude from both of us. So thank you very, very much. That there's a number of people in this race for United States Senate. And what I have observed over the past couple of months in this campaign is that a lot of people like to talk about how we're going to take America back. Well, folks, I'm not going to Washington to talk, and I sure as heck don't want to take America back. I'm going to Washington to act boldly, fearlessly, so that we can take America forward and usher in a new era of prosperity. We know what needs to be done. We know, every one of us knows, that the reckless spending, the $17 trillion debt, that we have to start to deal with that. We know we need to repeal Obamacare, and Congressman Price could use a wing woman in the Senate to help him move H.R. 2300 forward. We know we need to rewrite our tax code. It hasn't been looked at in a major way in 30 years. We have the highest corporate tax rate of any industrialized country in the world. We have an onerous regulatory climate, and we wonder why we haven't been able to get job growth going again in this country. It's time to rewrite the tax code so it's fairer and simpler, along the lines of a fair tax. We need to repeal a lot of these onerous regulations so people can get back to work and companies can get back to doing what they do, which is creating jobs. And it's not that hard, folks. It's not rocket science to cut the budget. It's politically hard, to be sure. That's a fact. But we know we have to do it. We know we need to get the federal government out of the way of our education and let our local folks lead the charge on educating our children. And we know we need to get serious about enforcing our immigration laws and stop apologizing for America around this world. Some people have said to me on this campaign, but you're just one person. Well, I am one person. And that means I am one person who can stand up with guts and resolve to do what we know we need to do in this country. I've been underestimated my entire life. My entire life. And people ought not to underestimate me. And I set my mind on that. State senator who is going to have the guts and resolve. An individual like myself who has always found a way to get the job done. And I've got a little message for Harry Reid and Michelle Nunn and the rest of the liberals. They're going to find out soon enough that this girl is just a little too hard to handle. We know the challenges that we have before us are daunting. But the truth is, America has faced daunting challenges many, many times before. And every single time we have risen to the occasion and faced them, stared them down, and done what we had to do. And the truth is that every one of us in this room stands on the shoulders of generations before us. Generations of people who sacrificed literally everything so that we could live in a nation that was strong, that was free, and had great opportunities for every one of us to pursue the American dream. And I know that only in America could I be standing with you this afternoon to have your help and your support in this race for United States Senator. I left home when I was 17. That is very true, to get away from an abusive environment. But I didn't feel sorry for myself. I was able to finish up high school. And I don't know how you found out about the whole National Merit Scholar thing. Is it? Oh, yes, it was in there. And I did finish school. And I worked really hard. I got not just a job, but 2 and 3 jobs to make sure that I could pay the bills and do what I needed to do. And what I know is that a great God and an extraordinary country afforded a young girl the opportunity to be whatever it was she wanted to be when she grew up. That's what this race is about. Earlier this week, we celebrated the birthday of Ronald Reagan, and Reagan was the first president that I was able to vote for in 1980. And shortly after he was elected, he told a country, a nation that, much like today, felt uncertain about the future, had lost a lot of faith and trust in the very leaders that we had elected, that we were angry and frustrated about the economic situation in our country. He told us that our nation's best days were ahead. And when he said that, he spoke to a young girl who was on her own far sooner than she ever expected. He told me, and I took it to heart, that if America's best days were ahead, then that also meant mine would be too. I'm running for United States Senate, ladies and gentlemen, because I want America's best days to still be ahead for all of you, for your children, your grandchildren, for our nieces, and for that next 17-year-old boy or girl who finds him or herself walking out the front door of their house far sooner than they ever expected. That's what's at stake. We are up to the challenge because we are Americans. We are strong, we are gutsy, we are resilient, and we will do what we need to do. Together, we're going to work really hard. We're going to run out these last 100 days with the same momentum we have in this room so that I earn a spot in that runoff, I win the nomination, and then in November, we take it to Michelle Nunn and the Democrats.